It was a great win this weekend down at Southern Utah. Talk to us a little bit about Kevin Ryan, that huge kick. He had already missed an extra point and a field goal and just came up clutch there, and it looked like the wind was howling like crazy.
There's two positions that I don't talk to during the game. One is quarterback, because he doesn't need to be getting mixed information from me and the offensive coordinator. So, you kind of leave the quarterback alone. The other is the kickers, because they are it doesn't do any good to get into their heads. They know their role, they know what they got to do, and I kind of let them go. If anything, it's encouragement. Pat them on the back and say, you got this. So we went in on that last drive. We practice every Wednesday for what we call the fourth quarter, which is our last drill of the day. We go offense versus defense. The situation is generally the same. It's field goal, ties, touchdown, wins. That way, if you get a touchdown, all that game's over, but still it leads importance to the field goal. And we work it down to where sometimes we got to go hurry. Sometimes we got to go out, we got a timeout and go out like we did. And then there are times where I ice Kevin at practice, and a lot of the times if and when you come to our practices and we're doing some kicking things, I'll have the whole team come stand around him yelling at him. So I think in the last 3 or 4 years, however long Kevin's been here, he's been in that situation. And I had a relative calm feeling, thinking he's just going to stroke this through. We had the wind at our back. That was something that we discussed at length at halftime as to whether to take the wind into third and try to put him away and hold on in the fourth, or let the defense try to slow him down in the third and then have the opportunity where you can win it in the fourth. And we chose the latter. And that's what Mike Ferreter, great suggestion. So moving down there, I knew we had about to the 30-yard line, but great catch by Jalen Henderson on the third down, and then a little scramble by Tanner got us down into the 10. And everything worked good. We had our timeouts, we knew our plays. It was probably the most calm. I'm sure there was a lot of people that were panicked and excited or whatever, but that was probably about as most calm of a group of coaches as you would see.
So Tyler tosses 3 TDs, all the freshmen, and then we put up about 195 yards on the ground. How are you feeling about our balanced offensive attack that's shaping up here just in week 2 and preparing for week 3?
Yeah, I think Tyler was probably so juiced up in that first game. That's why he was firing those things in there. He played once again with a great amount of poise, but his touch was a lot better this time. I really liked the way he ran things. As I say, conducted the orchestra. One thing that Tyler did do that was really effective was getting yards on his feet. I think he had 50 some odd yards rushing. And anytime you get your quarterback with positive yards, that's always a good thing rather than negative yards. And he stepped up in the pocket, took advantage, and they're giving us some man free. And the one person that you don't cover in man free is the quarterback. So if everyone's covered and you escape out the front door, you're going to get yards. And he did a great job with that. So like that. And then we kind of did running back by committee. We were down a couple guys due to injury, and O'Shea Trujillo hadn't taken a running back snap in a game since high school in 2016. Came in and something that we've been toying around with for a while anyways, just because he's a senior, and have some fun with him. But it came to fruition this week when we were down guys and threw him in there, and he really helped. And then you got 4 true freshmen all contributing at the outside on the receivers. And if you think about it, our touchdowns were scored by 3 true freshmen. It's good to see those guys complimenting Tanner Connor, and that leads itself to a balanced attack, and we're only going to be stronger when we get the two running backs back.
On the other side of the ball, held Southern to about, I think it was 356 total yards. Controlled the time of possession by about 10 minutes. Facing Eastern Washington now, a team that put up 600 yards last week against NAU. What fires you up about the effort that the D had, and how are you preparing this week?
Yeah, it started. We had to take the ball. They deferred the choice. We had to take the ball, so they had the wind at their back, and it kind of got me nervous because their first drive of the game against Northern Arizona went on about a 19-play touchdown drive. Very efficient offense, and we got them on the 3-and-out, which was excellent job by Roger Cooper, defense staff, and the players. So I felt good going into that hey, at least, we limited a possession where they didn't score, figuring they were going to get something in that first quarter anyways with the win. But they did a great job coming out. Like I said, we told the guys at halftime we're going to give them the wind for the third quarter, and we want you to stop them. We're going to put it in your hands. That way, if when it gets down to it in the fourth quarter, we got the wind at our back and we'll be able to function the way that we would like. So they did a great job. We bend but don't break and stopped them and held them to field goals, and they had 2 big plays, and everything else we made them work for. And then moving on to Eastern, one of the best teams in the conference offensively. They got arguably the best quarterback in 1AA, Eric Barrier. They have 4, 5, 6 talented receivers. Always a big physical offensive line and speed at running back. So it's pick your poison. Are you going to load the box and risk putting your corners on an island against these great receivers, or are you going to spread out and hopefully stop the run? Because that's what they'll do. They'll do just like what we do. Whatever is in the box, they'll do the opposite. So it's obviously a challenge, and our kids are pretty fired up to get after it.
So we're heading to Jamba Juice right now, one of our great community partners, so loyal to the program. And then we're going to surprise the Pocatello Police Department with a bunch of Jamba Juices as they get ready for their night shift. Talk about community members like Chief Shy and the importance and the impact that he has on the program.
Yeah, he works out with our guys. He's always around. He goes on the road with us. He's been a friend since I got here. And one thing about, my father was a Los Angeles County Sheriff for 25 years, so I have a spot in my heart for law enforcement, and the way that we have a relationship with Chief Shy here in the community is special. That like I said, he takes the guys and works out with them. He's taking them to the shooting range, let them shoot. So really nice guy. I told Mayor Blad back when the chief was up for when the position was open, I told him, I said, you better hire Shy, because he's the guy. It couldn't be better. I know he even talks about it with people outside of the city about how's your relationship with the team, and people are amazed. It's like, well, yeah, you don't have to have an adversarial relationship with the police. Get to know people, and people are people.
I wasn't crying.
I gotta go to crap. I'm not in contact.